Hello and welcome. I'm Glenn Contasolo, Greg Larnerd alongside, and this matchup today between these two teams, second matchup of the year. It was a close matchup in the first game a couple of weeks ago, Greg. A lot of errors in that game. They're not expecting, at least they're not hoping, to have that time of game here today.
Absolutely, and you'd think so with the turf field. They've got to have a lot of good, hops, and the hops should be true on the field, and it's a lot easier to play on turf than it is a dirty and bumpy regular high school field.
Marcelino Diaz will be on the hill here today for our University Classical Magnet. Talk a bit about him here.
Well, Marcelino, we've talked to Coach before the game, and he talked about Diaz a lot. Loves this kid. He said if they're going to be successful today, it's going to start and end with Diaz.
And for the Beavers, as I said, 9-4 on the season. Donovan Rojas having a big year for them.
Huge year. He leads the team in RBIs and runs and also triples, and you can tell why with this turf field behind us. It is going to be, if a ball hits the alley, it's going to keep on going. Wagner's got to be careful. He's given Mejias on second base just one look every single time. He's got to change that up. If Mejias is watching and paying attention, he may be able to steal third. You know, Glenn, I don't like that play by Gendro. His momentum was going towards second base. All he has to do is field that ball and get it right to the second baseman. Watch this here. He's going towards second base. All he has to do is continue his momentum and get it right to the second baseman. You may have a chance to turn two. Get yourself out of the inning. Media's all conference, his freshman and his junior year, mixed in a Tommy John surgery his sophomore year. So looking to come back, and it's good to see him back out on the mound. Diaz clearly being careful here with Donovan Rojas. Doesn't want to make a mistake to him. He's got an open base at first base. Maybe go after the next guy. Brace trying to save the inning here. Got a couple guys on, trying to make something of it. Diaz trying to work his way out. You know what I just noticed Bo Baker's doing? He's crowding the plate, which I love as a leadoff batter, just trying to make the pitcher uncomfortable, Glenn, and trying to make him throw some balls and not be able to throw strikes, and that's exactly what he's doing as a leadoff batter here. Brian Thomas, just a freshman, folks. He seems to step in the bucket a little bit when he's hitting, and that's not what you want to do. You want to stride right towards the pitcher, get into that good toe touch position, and be ready to attack the baseball. By stepping in the bucket, Glenn, what happens is your front shoulder opens up and everything just kind of drags through the zone. You don't get a good swing on the baseball. Diaz hoping to work a little less strenuous this inning. He loaded the bases last inning, but was able to get out of it unscathed with 2 straight strikeouts to the 5 and 6 batters. You see this pop up here, and the outfield is playing very, very deep, especially for the bottom of the order, and I was a little surprised about that, Glenn. Like we talked about the last inning for Cheney, they were playing more shallow towards the bottom of the order. I think Coach needs to align his defense just a little bit better for the bottom of the order here. I know when I played, it always felt like you could get to the base quicker, and here we'll see a replay of this one. Great job by Thompson to come in on the ball, elude the base runner, throw on the run, and get the runner at first base. He really saved himself there, Glenn. It didn't look like he needed to come off the base, and we'll see it here. Just a pop up, the catcher or the pitcher could have taken it. Diaz takes charge there, makes a nice throw. And I don't think Lawless had to come off the base, but yes, he did tag him just in time before he stepped on first base. And that was a great at-bat there, fought off a couple of tough pitches, laid off a couple of tough pitches, got that fastball back inside and got his hands around very quickly. That was a great swing there by Dorsey, and you're going to see it right now. As the catcher, he just drove that ball deep to left field. The left fielder had no chance on that. Broke in at first, and you're not supposed to do that, kids. You're supposed to take your first step back, but it was over his head anyways. Great job by Diaz to be cat off the mound, and that's their best player. And it was right back to him. He needed that ball to be either to the first baseline or the second baseline, or third baseline. I don't like what the catcher did there. Dorsey, he kind of stood back in the box. If you want to almost act like a first baseman on that one, get out and stretch, because that was a close play. That could have cost you the run right there. It's all about the throw, and we saw Portika throw one a little bit wide to Lawless at first in the first inning, and he kind of straightens himself up a little bit too much for me. I'd like to see him get a little bit more rhythm, kind of come from the side a little bit, be more of an infielder. He looks more like an outfielder there, throwing that ball to first.
Can't even read my own writing here.
That happens sometimes. Us guys, we don't have the smoothest of penmanship, if you will.
Those aspirations as a kid, wanting to be a physician, and I just scribble everything.
Yeah, and you see the pop-up here, and Thompson, he does it like an outfielder, takes his first couple steps back, but then has to come racing in and didn't read it well and just overran it a little bit. Like you said, Glenn, able to get the guy at second base, the runner going to second base, because obviously he had to hold up. You figure that ball's going to be caught. This could be a good spot for Portika. He's hit a couple balls hard today. See if he gets one to hit here.
2-0. He does. Line drive, base hit left. Diaz will score. That's a big run because now the Glocks lead is 3.
Yeah, that was a great job by Patrica. Just said it, he got one to hit there on 2-0. Too good right down there at the middle from Wagner. And we'll see it again, and he smoked that ball to left. A bad read by Diaz. You've got to know 2 outs there. You've just got to go home. But great job by Patrica to pick up his teammate Dorsey, who wasn't able to get a run in. Patrica gets the job done. I was a little surprised the first baseman Lawless didn't go after this. That shows his inexperience right there. As a first baseman, I played first base in college, and anything you can get your mitts on, go get it. You know, you got a freshman right next to you playing second base. Go get that ball and take it to the bag yourself or feed Diaz, who should be covering. Heck of a play by Barone, moving over the third from shortstop. Last inning, and we've seen him make 2 great plays in this inning. And you look, it was a foul ball, but a great job by Barone to just lay out, no regard for his body on the turf field, and able to make that catch.
Standing by with our player of the game is my broadcast partner, Greg Larnerd.
Thanks, Glenn. Marcelino, you were starting pitcher, and you seem to be working with runners on base the entire game. How were you able to bear down and get your team through those innings?
I was trying to focus on continuing after my performance last game versus Prince Tech and just digging deep and playing with heart. We've been preaching that all game as a team, and I felt like I needed to step up as a leader and play with heart today. And I think I did a good job with the team today.
Absolutely. And at the plate, you had a huge RBI triple in that 5th inning to get that 3-run rally. You can't even keep the smile off his face. Get that 3-run rally going in the 5th inning. Were you looking for that pitch to drive to right field?
There was 2 strikes, so I was just trying to do my job. I went up there with an approach, and I was luckily able to drive him in.
Absolutely. Thank you for your time, and congratulations on the win.
Thank you very much.
Back to you, Glenn.